Welcome back, sweet friends. You know, the holidays are really a time of joy and good cheer, but for kids, coping with grief or loss, it can really be painful and emotionally draining. But there are ways that you can help kids cope, and I'm so delighted to have Gabby from Children's Grief Center joining me. Thanks for being here. How are you?
Thanks for having us. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm doing good.
And this really is the holidays, like Christmas for most kids, about Santa, getting presents, yummy treats, and enjoying family. But sometimes kids, if they've lost a loved one or a friend or a pet even, you know that they really need some support. So what's really the first step if we see that they're withdrawing a little bit?
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing is to talk about it and not be afraid to talk about it and not shy away from it, because a lot of times with grief we want to bury it, or we think it'll be better if we don't acknowledge it. But to be able to acknowledge it, I think, is the most important. And continuing those traditions that you might have done with those family members who have died, to be able to continue those, but also to ask the kids what they want to do.
That's the question I had. Is it's okay to talk about it, for them to open up? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a big step. Yeah,
and to ask them what they want to do, how they want to remember their grandparents or their parent or sister, or whoever may have died. Sometimes they do want some time alone, but sometimes they want to be around their family. So to bring it all together, really.
And this time of year, I'm sure you see a lot of kids right now, because it just brings, this is the time you're celebrating with your friends, your family, and loved ones. So I'm sure that brings up a lot of feelings.
Yeah, and it's a balance of feeling that excitement and that joy, but also allowing yourself to feel that sadness and that heartache. You know, being able to feel both of those at the same time is okay and allowed and expected, really.
Oh, that's great to hear that. It's a good tip. So what do you do at the Children's Grief Center? How do you help the children there?
I'm the program director. We have programs, peer support for children and teens and their families who have had someone die. So we all get together, we split into age-appropriate groups, and they are able to talk about their feelings with whatever theme or craft or game that we have at the time.
I'm sure it's so comforting for kids to know that, hey, they're not alone. I'm sure a lot of times they feel like there's no one else that's going through this like I am.
Exactly, and that's what we hear the most from the families of they don't feel alone anymore when they come. So even if we're just playing instead of doing something very grief intensive, and we don't sit around in a circle and cry typically, you know, like what's what you expect to see at a grief group, but we do a lot of playing and running around and having fun.
How can people get more information about the Children's Grief Center?
They can call our office or go online.
Oh, great. Okay, thank you so much. Any last minute tips or messages that you have for kids out there coping?
Yeah, I think it's just okay to feel all your feelings, and like I said before, you are allowed to be sad and happy and excited all at the same time.
We're all allowed to be happy and sad, and I think that's a great message. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thanks for having me.
Of course. We'll have all this information. If you would like, my friends, to help the Children's Grief Center with their mission, which is a very important mission, please call the number that's right there on your screen, or you can send an email to learn more about volunteering.